Well, it is 123 days since I last posted a video here on YouTube. It's 12 weeks until the Valencia Marathon. Marathon training starts tomorrow. Welcome to PKSRUNS. Okay, so welcome back everybody. It is me, PKSRUNS. I have been absent from your screens for 123 days, probably around 3 months, I guess. And it has been really intentional. I have absolutely needed a break. London really took it out of me, if I'm honest, and I've really had to rebuild. So this really is just a little welcome back video, a little reintroduction to me, PKS Paul. I ran a 2:45 marathon in September last year at Loch Ness, brutally hilly course. I ran the London Marathon in April in a incredibly disappointing 3 hours and 15 minutes. You can check those videos out in the channel. So much went wrong at London. So much went wrong. I've had to do some serious soul searching, but let's just rewind a little bit to 3 months ago to the weekend. I received an email from the Valencia Marathon saying, hey, it's 6 months until the Valencia Marathon, and my honest thought was, fuck, I don't want to do this. I don't want to run. I'm not enjoying running. I wasn't really recovering particularly well from London. The thought of going into another training block, honestly, just filled me with dread. I went out and ran that day. I recorded a little story sharing some of my thoughts and didn't run for another week. I put the running down, I put the camera away, and I thought, I've got to try and figure out what the heck is going on with PKSRUNS. Mr. Fun, Mr. Enthusiastic, Mr. I Love Running, all of a sudden has lost his running mojo. So I just want to share with you a few of the things that I have been doing to rekindle the running, training lifestyle. As I've said before in previous videos, I do this alongside a full-time job. I've got a busy life. My wife works full-time. I've got 3 teenage daughters. Life is busy. Adding a whole load of stress doesn't really help me or bring life. So I've really tried to reflip the balance. A couple of the things that have been detrimental to my running over the last year, maybe even year and a half, 2 years. Firstly, just being completely target oriented. Last year, I was aiming to get a good place at London Marathon this year. So that was the goal. I trained for Loch Ness under the idea that I wanted to try and run a 2:55. And I didn't put a ton of pressure on it. I didn't do a training plan. I kind of just did what I felt good with and came away with an extraordinary result, 2:45.55, and blew away all of my expectations. And so, rightly so, in a sort of performance mindset, I thought, well, if I can get 2:45 on a really hilly course without doing some really structured training, if I could do really structured training for London, which is a flat course, I could easily take 5 minutes off that. And so I got this idea into my head that I could run this 2:40 marathon, and I went for it. I realised in the first week, if I'm honest, that the training paces for the 2:40 marathon were out of my reach at that point. And I started off on the back foot. I think week 2 or week 3, I reignited this injury in my groin. I've since discovered it's an adductor injury. It still is there, bubbling under the surface, but it's not really causing me too much problem. I need to just continue working on strengthening my adductors. It's a really tough one to fix. Anyway, that's beside the point. I had 2 international work trips. I had one to Philadelphia. I had one to Cincinnati. The first one was a week-long trip. The second one was literally a 3-day trip. And I really underestimated how exhausting international travel is. And putting those in the middle of the training block was really hard. They were both work trips. They were unavoidable. I have to do them. They are my job. But they were exhausting. Both of those trips, if I'm completely honest, I ate like shit, really terribly. I talked in the very last video I did about weight, and that has been a really big contributing factor into my running journey over the last year. So that was the first thing. I made the decision that I was going to kind of abandon pace targets. So for Valencia, look, the goal is to finish it and enjoy it. I absolutely would love to run a sub-3 marathon. I would love to beat my personal best. I am not going to hold any identity in that. I am not going to try and claim this is the rigid goal. I just want to enjoy it. My training and my general fitness level will give me really strong indications along the way of the type of run that I'm going to have in Valencia. Looking at all of my data, I can see some really, really positive markers at the moment for where I'm running and what I think I could possibly run. I'm just not going to talk about it at this point publicly because I've not done any kind of testing. I've not done any all-out 5k, 10k, half marathon running. I have just been getting miles in. So that's going to be something different. We're not talking about a target. Look, would I love to do 240? Yeah, of course I would. I set out earlier in the year to do it, and it would be great to have that redemption story, but it's not going to become my identity. I'm done with that. I just want to enjoy running. I'm loving running right now. 3 months ago, I was hating running. Genuinely, really, really not enjoying it. I am really, really enjoying every run. I'm probably having at the moment maybe one bad run in about 20, which is extraordinary. Like, I'm loving it. So the other thing is mindset. I've been thinking a lot about my mindset, my motivation, my attitude, and I have read a ton of books. I've been reading about Japanese runners, Kenyan runners, Ethiopian runners. I've been reading books about psychology of sport, about mindset. I've been reading books about running form, and all of it has been helping me just to look at very differing approaches to running and trying to really figure out what works best for me. And when I look back over the last 18 years or so, 99% of my, no, that's not probably, I can't put a number on it, but like the high 90%, I have had no objective for my running. I've just ran because I felt like running. Like, I didn't enter races. I didn't really focus on pace. I mean, sure, I used to check out Strava segments and see where I was on leaderboards. Comparison and a bit of healthy competition is, you know, it's always a good thing, right? But I have never been driven by that. It's never been my goal, my purpose. Equally, at the same time, vlogging about it has also never been my goal and been my purpose. So I've really tried to shift a bit of identity. PKSRUNS, you'll notice now, if you follow me on Instagram, which is now the only place I actually post content, I'm actually very rarely running with my camera. If I do, it's my tiny little Diddy one that I can slip in a pocket and it isn't affecting me, and we'll come back to that in a minute. Whilst I really enjoy doing the YouTube videos, I'm not trying to become a YouTuber. Please, if you do enjoy these videos, do just keep watching. As far as I can understand, that's the only thing that really matters. Like and subscribe, all that bullshit. But just watch the video from beginning to end. That's the thing that YouTube really seems to care about. But look, I'm 45 years old. I'm not gonna make a career as a YouTuber. Just calling a spade a spade. I'm going to put this content out there. You'll notice that we didn't even have an intro montage. I can't be bothered with any of that. I'm going to keep this as simple as possible. I'm literally recording this directly into my computer through my phone, and I'm going to do minimal editing because I just want it to be raw. I want it to be authentic. You will notice that over the next 12 weeks, I'm not going to be recording my videos from when I'm running. And that brings me on to the next thing that I've been working on, I suppose. And that is my running form. Most influential book that I've read this summer is The Lost Art of Running by Shane Benzie. It has opened my eyes dramatically to running form, and look, the last 2 years, I have effectively been running with about a 700-gram weight in my left hand, firstly. I mean, that's just not good. If I was to give you some sort of idea of what that looks like when I'm actually running and filming, I'm always filming with my camera at arm's length with that 700 grams worth of weight, and it doesn't take much physics knowledge to know that the further away that is from my center of balance, from my body, the heavier that gets. I've been making running really fucking difficult. And he actually mentions about this imbalances that runners face when they carry their phone in one hand or, constantly carrying a water bottle in the other. And gosh, it's so obvious. I remember actually Matt, one of the subscribers on the channel, actually commented, he's like, man, it's so impressive the way that you're able just to keep your camera so still for so long. And yeah, that has been at the detriment of the rest of my body. So I have been working on all sorts of different things, really kind of trying to trigger the fascia system, the kind of the elastic springy system. I've been running more upright with my chest out, really trying to feel like my body is stretchy, and going back to really trying to keep my cadence around 180, and it has made a huge difference. I feel lighter on my feet, I feel stronger on my feet, I'm recovering better, I'm running at faster paces, for lower heart rate, I feel like I'm running more efficiently, and this is all super, super useful. And honestly, I feel like a runner again, which is absolutely brilliant. So these days, if I take any kind of camera at all with me, it is my Insta360 Go 3S, which is tiny. It sits on a tiny little tripod. I can literally slip it into my pocket and I don't feel it. It's brilliant. I don't notice any kind of visible weight difference. Generally, if I'm going to film, I will stop, I will attach it to something or stand it up on its tiny little tripod, or I will just record whilst walking. So that's a huge difference. So you won't be seeing any updates from the channel from the GoPro because it's just too heavy and I just don't want to focus on that. The other thing that I realized is the amount of cognitive load that I was using to think about running content. I spent most of my runs thinking, okay, what am I going to talk about? What am I going to say that's funny? What am I going to say that's witty? I've just let all of that go. Like I said, I am not going to make a living out of content creation, out of YouTube, out of Instagram. I just want to authentically share the journey. So when I've got content to share, I'll share it. And when I don't, I won't. And it's been really, really releasing. In fact, we went for a 2-week holiday to France. I didn't record a single piece of content. I didn't take my camera out on any single run. I didn't go onto Instagram. In fact, I didn't really even take any photos of the family. I just enjoyed being with the family, enjoying the experiences, enjoying the moments, enjoying the running. Okay, the next thing to talk about is my weight. Calling a spade, I was too heavy last year. Well, not last year, but coming into London Marathon, I was too heavy. I received some backlash on the last video saying you weren't too heavy, you were just unfit. Both of those were true. I was too heavy and I wasn't quite fit enough. Also, I got a metal bolt through my shoe, so you can't negate that. Whole load of questions about that, but anyway, it doesn't matter. I have lost a good chunk of weight, over a stone, and that has made a huge difference. The reality is I have to work significantly less to propel myself forward at a faster pace, and that is just physics. It has made a huge difference. I feel like I've got my eating in a really good place. I'm not obsessing. I'm going to be fueling myself really, really well because I want to train well. Okay, that's weight. I don't want to talk too much about it because I know that that is quite a provocative subject, but at the same time, it is actually just science. So what does this mean for my running? Well, I am running really, really well at the moment. The last few weeks, I have just been chucking in strides at the end of my runs, generally between 4 and 8, around the 25 to 30 second mark. And yeah, I feel like I've got some bounce, I feel like I've got some good top end speed, and I feel excited to really start knuckling in on the training. I'm really loving running. I'm recovering well. The last month or so I've been doing 110 kilometers a week. Yes, another big shift. I have switched from miles to kilometers. Everything now is about kilometers. Valencia is European, so everything is going to be in kilometers. You know, the markers are going to be in kilometers, so it just makes sense to be on the same page. So where does this go from here? Marathon training officially starts tomorrow. A couple of other key changes actually. Sorry, I thought this was going to be like a 5-minute video. It's been a little bit longer. Thank you for bearing with me if you've watched all of this. Other key changes. I have dropped my Tuesday and Thursday sessions at the gym. They were high cardio focused, really get the heart rate up, intense kind of hit sessions really. And then I was running after them and I was absolutely buggered. On a Tuesday and Thursday, they will now be, I guess, my workout days. One will probably be a midweek longer run with some tempo. One will be some sort of session. I am not following a training plan. I'm just going to find workouts that I think sound fun each week. I kind of know the kind of paces that I think I want to hit, and I'll just do them. Look, I have got this far on running by feel. Doing training plans has caused me great stress and anxiety, so I'm just not going to bother with them. I think I know what I'm doing. I've been doing this long enough. So Tuesdays and Thursdays, not doing the gym. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I am still doing strength sessions. I have completely reoriented my attitude to those strength sessions. So what I've been doing is lifting way lighter. I'm still working in the gym. I'm still putting in effort, but I am adapting the exercises that I do, and I feel really good as a result of it. Leaving the ego at the door. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter how much I can deadlift, how much I can squat. Those numbers are not the numbers I care about. The numbers that I care about are how fast am I running and how does my heart rate correlate with that. And at the moment, I'm seeing those increase from a performance perspective, and I'm happy to just keep doing the work at the gym for stabilizing, for general strength. Look, I probably do a heck of a lot more strength training than 90% of the running population, maybe even higher. So I think I'm in a good place. PKS has got his mojo back, and that is good for everybody. I think this is going to be a fun 12 weeks. Really, in some respects, nothing changes. I'm going to continue to do these 110k weeks minimum. I'll increase that, I think, but we'll see what the body tolerates. There'll be double runs, there'll be hill runs, there'll be interval runs, there will be long runs with efforts at marathon pace. Just going to talk about shoes. One last thing. Again, I think this has made a huge difference. I am rotating my shoes between two pairs. The New Balance Rebel V4 and the New Balance Rebel V5. And I love them. I absolutely love them. I am going to be using Alpha Flies for my long runs and for my speed sessions. I actually have a new pair of Alpha Flies that arrived yesterday. Loads of reasons why running in carbon plated shoes for your training workouts is a good idea. I tried the Zoom Fly 6, which is kind of like almost a bit of an intermediary training shoe. It hurts my foot big time. Really do not enjoy running it. The Alpha Fly, without question, is the most comfortable shoe I have ever worn. So why, for my long runs, would I not go out and run in them? Enjoy the shortened recovery time, that's proven. Enjoy the added kick, the added speed that they give me, and go for it. So look guys, I am going to park it there. This has been PKSRUNS. I really hope you enjoy the video. Do share this with someone else who's running Valencia. I'm going to be putting a little Valencia community together, and let me know in the comments if you enjoyed this video, and I will see you next week, and I will update you on how we got on with week 1. Thanks for watching.